Hey guys, so welcome to Kiss My Badge for the fans, by the fans, covering the best league in the world. This is Matchweek 28, 28, right?
Whatever
Yeah,
you
okay.
say, like you win already.
Okay,
you
so
win the league
Matchweek
already.
28.
What you say, why we listen, right?
Okay, as you can see, we have Muhaimin back with us, and he brought his siblings along. And they are all wearing different London jerseys. This is a very interesting.
This is a
week
family
for us.
feud for them.
Yes. So this is siblings supporting different clubs. So Muhaimin, can you please introduce yourselves?
Okay, my name is Paul West Ham.
I'm Albu.
Zul from Chelsea.
Alup. Okay.
He's from Chelsea, okay? He's from Chelsea.
So Zul is a Chelsea supporter since when?
Ever since the Premier League was established.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that's
cool.
1992.
1980s, yeah, 1980, yeah.
Yeah, Alia, what do
I've been supporting since 1998. Yeah,
98.
98. Yeah.
1985, 84, hence the jersey.
But since what is the reasons that you guys are supporting? Okay, for you, I think you have told us the stories before.
Yeah.
So let's get to the siblings. Zul, let's start with Zul.
Mainly, we have a common hatred on a certain person. He don't watch any social media, so it's okay. So yeah, our dad actually supports Man U, and three of us.
Not fan
No.
of Man U. Not fans of Man U.
I think the reason why we don't support Man U is because of him lah. Predominantly because of him lah. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, for me and her, we married. Our spouses are Man U fans. So yeah lah.
So they have social media.
They have social media.
Oh yeah, we're screwed. Yeah. Oh no.
Too bad. I don't care.
See, he sounds like he's used to sleeping outside. So for Chelsea, why do you choose Chelsea?
I think back then Chelsea was like the top. I mean, the highest they went is only 12, 13 placing, right? So
that's why
when deciding a club at that time, for me, it's not much about whether they are winners, whether they have their credential. I felt that whether you have a team. So what the shift that decided me like this is the team that I want to support is when they beat Man U 4-0.
Oh,
I felt at that moment during the FA Cup, it was a fit for players who probably nobody knows, like Paul Furlong, Dennis Wise, Gavin Peacock, Dan Petrescu. Nobody knows this name. They are not big names. So for them to beat Man U, to me, this is the club that I should support. Right? And with limited resources, I think it sums up to me. Chelsea is not just a club. It's also part of my ecosystem lah, where I live, where I think. It's part of me.
Oh, that's deep.
Just a disclaimer, right? We love our dad a lot, and this I think is very unique because usually families, right? You see like everyone wear the same jersey. But we actually like that we are supporting different groups, right? Because when we are against each other, good luck, all the best.
Yeah.
See you at the field or something like that, right? For me, why I supported Arsenal back then, 1998, right? I think I saw them play and I was like, wow, this team is tight because of their defense. You know, they're known for the back four. They work well together. They defend that goalpost like with all their might, right? I miss that Arsenal lah, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I really miss that Arsenal.
We also miss her.
Yeah.
So, but I actually have just one question.
Yes.
Like, did your dad force Manchester United on your? Like, is that the reason why you're okay? No, just because of that.
So he didn't
Actually, no. It's just
It's like out of free will, or it's like okay.
No, it's just him like to rub our faces that I see Manchester United win again, and we're like, shut up.
So even before you choose a team,
But growing up, he never dictate.
Yeah.
He never make us wear like Man U jersey or what. He don't. But
okay,
surprisingly, our mum actually support Everton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mom supports it.
Okay, this is a certified football family, guys.
So she's actually the catalyst that saying that you guys can choose any club you want. Don't have to follow Man U.
Democracy are the best.
But I think he secretly is disappointed lah. Because I mean, if you see like other people all wearing Man U, I'm sorry that we really love our teams but we respect each other. But it can get ugly sometimes, especially if it's against Man U lah.
Yeah.
So it happens.
So it's only against Man U, like, I guess.
We will unite.
Against
The
it.
three of us will unite against Man U.
This is a true example of ABU. Anything but United. Right?
It's basically the world against
Anything,
United.
right?
Yeah.
So now you see, this is a pure example of why United is the most hated club.
Wait. You cannot say hate. No, hate is a very,
hate is very
strong
okay.
word.
The most disliked
Dislike.
club
Dislike
in
is
the
fine.
Premier
Dislike
League.
is fine.
Right?
Yeah.
I
The
get
most
it.
disliked club in the Premier League.
You love to dislike.
Yeah.
So I get that. I mean, there's still a love.
Just like you were bringing this up about Chelsea fans, right? I mean, Chelsea fans is known for one thing. Especially because when Abramovich bought over the club, they are said to be the plastic fans, right?
Yeah.
So is it true?
I won't deny it lah. I won't deny it. Yeah, I mean, any club has, but I think for me, if people were to say Chelsea is plastic, I will accept it, because I think the way how we rose at that moment of time, at that period, nobody done it, right? So with money, we had the advantage, we have the leverage, so we did most what other clubs are doing right now. So when you do something different, definitely there will be consequences, right? People jumping in the ship, people just changing jerseys, changing colours. Then suddenly you have friends who knows that all this while you know that they are not Chelsea friends. They were mocking you in childhood, talking about your clubs. Then now suddenly they are Chelsea fans. So
Seriously?
what the hell just happened, right? So but I think there's no like Chelsea is not just for me. I think for everybody, right? So but I also understand that now I'm at the stage whereby you can support Chelsea. I'm okay with it, but I feel that plastic for Chelsea it's like a brand lah. Unfortunately, but I mean it's not so much different from Manchester City.
Probably Liverpool soon.
But I think for Liverpool fans, even if they're not won for many years, they still stick by it. Right? You're still talking about this year will be our year, but it's not. This year will be our year.
I
But
don't know whether
Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
A bit trigger. Every year is our year.
But at least they stick by it, right? But Chelsea fans, you can see in social media, in the conversation, whether I wore Chelsea jersey almost every single time opportunity I can, but I don't think it's happening now.
If, let's say you guys have like Mohamed aside lah, because a bit hard to say him against you guys, but every time Arsenal against Chelsea, how bad?
It's bad.
How bad?
There was one match, I think Chelsea was leading 2-0. I was so happy mocking her. Sekali second half 3-2 already.
But that's Arsenal.
Yeah,
Right? So usually when we are losing, right? Okay, it's good. Actually, I get very scared when we are winning, because we will end up losing. But maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I
mean the most recent result, right?
Not
Right?
the current one,
Isn't
but
it? Yeah, so
I mean
it's-
not the current one lah,
yeah.
but maybe previously.
But-
Before like
yeah.
our resident Arsenal fan
Yeah.
Ian always says his season starts from Arteta. He sees from Arteta because
True.
He has chosen to
True.
discard the history.
the before, right?
Yeah.
That nothing happened like that, right?
He remove away.
Who was Spanish manager? We
Who's
don't know
that?
his name.
I don't know.
Something like
Something like Riven Nai. So he decided to discard.
It just started.
Yeah,
It
it just started. only.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm
Good times are now lah.
Yeah,
good
the
time.
defense.
Gonna
But
be soon,
but
gonna be
that's
soon,
the thing. I mean to have two different teams
Oh,
watching.
it gets-
All we can say is that when we watch with our friends, that's it.
Yeah.
But this one's at home, eh.
You should come to our house, because there's a point in time that our house had like 5 TVs in each room. Like every room there's a TV. And then there'll be a shouting match because outside watching Man U, here watching Chelsea, here watching Arsenal.
Oh,
and
that's
then
nice.
Oh, that's cool, eh.
But from a business point of view, it's economically sound
not
lah.
for everyone.
You pay so expensive, you get all matches covered already.
I don't recommend it to anyone, but it's a nice atmosphere because we'll be shouting into each other in the room, trying to rub it in, especially to our dad lah, because when you kalah. But no, it's a unique kind of atmosphere. I think not a lot of people are like that. I guess.
It would have been wonderful growing up in that household.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, the good thing is that your parents are your parents are maybe disappointed, but they are supportive. They didn't say anything about this, about you guys supporting other teams and being rubbed in. I think to me, from my experience, being rubbed in is when my fans call me. That's all. Like, hey, just how? How are you? My team win. Yeah, especially like my friend last time FA Cup. That is when I start to really dislike United. Is one of my good friends. Yeah. So we lost FA Cup, right?
Are you still friends?
You are still friends, still friends. Yeah, but he called me during the
United
final.
fans will always be friends.
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
the thing.
right?
So when he scored, right, he straight called. It must be him.
I do that to
Just-
my brother.
Serious,
This year, we beat Chelsea and I just sent them a nice Instagram like
Wow.
2-0. Like,
Yeah, so the morning after is very interesting for us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how come so quiet? Oh, somebody lost. Oh, Man U lost. Okay, okay, yeah.
we deal with prata, so like, tu prata kosong, three prata kosong.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see your siblings supporting Chelsea and
Yeah.
Arsenal, right? Why you choose West Ham?
Okay, first and foremost, I like the underdogs. Don't like. I don't say I don't like. I'm not really into big names like established. I'm not saying that Chelsea is not a big name or was a big name, but West Ham has always been a kind of underdog team that you like. Okay, they in the Premier League every year, but they never win anything. So, but it's fine. But it's nice.
Participation.
You see the bubbles the bubble.
Every time.
But always there.
No, he's not
I
there.
get that.
Like for my team, yeah, it's fine. And plus, I think West Ham has a pretty rich history, just like most clubs. But their history is rooted in the everyday man, the common man, workers lah. And I find that very appealing because I'm a working Joe, so
Never cross your mind to change team.
Not really.
Are you
no.
planting some thoughts on
No. I'm not trying to absorb you to Liverpool or what. But I'm just asking. This is a genuine question. I'm asking a genuine question. Like because for me, a lot of like example Zul was saying like he does support. You guys
Yes.
support a few teams, right? This
Yeah.
is interesting. You guys are supporting some teams from the lower leagues.
Yes.
I support Swansea because our previous manager Baron Rogers was from there.
Yep.
Right. So you were supporting.
So I think for both of us at least, we support Exeter City, which is in the 4th or 5th tier right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I also support Blackpool because, like I mentioned, before, because when I passed my PSLE, my first set of Subutio was I got a team from Blackpool, so I kind of supported them. And then so we not only like the Premier League, we especially English football, we respect all the leagues that in the different tiers. And I think if people give them a chance, you find that they are just as interesting as Premier League teams. It's just that you, instead of watching millionaires effed up, you watch normal semi-pro players go through the match weekly. It's about the same.
The passion is there.
Yeah.
The passion is always the same.
Yeah,
Actually, even
definitely.
lower tiers.
Yeah,
but
definitely. Yeah.
It's cool.
Play, championship manager for so long, then you get bored with the Premier League. Then you start finding your lower conference league. Then you try to build up, bringing them to the Premier League. Yeah.
So that's actually how me and him play. We are big football managers, players lah. And then you notice like, see, why would you want to take a Premier League team and then win again and win more champions? Why did you take the lowest tier team you can find?
Sorry, it was interesting.
The lowest team that you can find and then bring it up to all the leagues.
Yeah.
That'll be a real challenge.
Yeah.
Which I'm still doing it today on my phone. I play Football Manager Mobile.
Wow.
Yeah, and then coincidentally, just digressing a bit, there's a group, there's a football team that is an offshoot of Man U called FC United, and they are actually steadily rising in the leagues because they pretty good management by ex-Man United fans who started their own league, their own team, which is
that's
for the fans by the fans. Which kind of what is West Ham is facing now, especially in terms of their chairman and the board of directors. Their West Ham fans are really unhappy, and they want the board
I
to be
would
out.
be too, bro. You
Yeah.
have David Moyes.
Yeah.
Why?
The football genius.
He got the chosen one.
We've taken the name already.
If there's something I agree on,
Two teams.
something I agree on with Manchester United, David Moyes wasn't the chosen one. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. I think, especially Premier League clubs, there's this in terms of owners and fans. I think there's big the disconnect, especially. I think earlier on Liverpool had the same problem until they got bought over by the Americans.
Yep.
The Glazers in Manchester United, and then for us is actually they're English, but it seems that they're trying to milk West Ham fans as much as they can. So there's Go Sullivan and this lady called Brady. So you have protests with at West Ham fans where they want these people to be out.
This is the interesting one.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
because initially they had a fire plan. They wanted new ground to be very accessible for fans, and they sold away the old ground, the bowling ground, to make money on it, and they turned it into a condo now. So whatever they promised the fans 5 years ago is not happening. Especially in terms of transfers, in terms of investments, and in terms of fan satisfaction, it's really bad.